beautiful message. Thank you for that just content-rich interview and for being with us today. I would definitely love to connect with you offline if that's okay with you, and hopefully have you back on the show very soon.
It would be lovely, Lauren, and thank you so much for allowing me to be here, and I hope that all your listeners become conscious creators so they can manifest what they love in life.
Thank you, and to you too, Jackie. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Okay, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with my second guest, Judy Flickinger.
Listen to The Legal Eagle and The Coach each Wednesday from noon to 1 p.m. on Tough Talk Radio Network. Leading local and national experts in business will share their keys to success so that our listening audience can be educated and entertained along the way to becoming all they can be. So whether you're new to business or highly experienced, The Legal Eagle and The Coach with hosts David Alterburn and Brian Kaiser is a great radio program for you. For more information, go to legaleagleandthecoachradio.com.
Attention entrepreneurs, it's time to get real. Real about who you are, where you want to be, and what you're willing to do to get there. To make the leap from just getting by to making real money and making a real difference in this world takes a plan and certain skills. If you are serious about building a business that makes a difference in this world, join Michelle Sism at her Legacy Live event in Houston, Texas, September 10th through the 12th. Learn more at legacyliveevent.com. We will see you there.
Lauren Jawno is an elite, international certified, high-performance coach, author, and speaker with over 15 years' experience helping clients transform so that they are living bolder, happier, and more successful lives. Through a combination of her world-class coaching program and exclusive assessments, her mission is to get to the crux of your issues quickly and accurately, and then guide you to achieve sustained and higher levels of clarity, joy, energy, connection, influence, and overall performance in every area of your life. To learn more or to contact Lauren, go to laurenjawno.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am excited to introduce my second guest for today, Judy Flickinger. Judy was a hospice nurse for the last 12 years of her 42-year professional life as a registered nurse. Her passion is teaching good end-of-life care. She has been a guest lecturer for various medical programs, appeared on TV and radio, and is a published author. Judy received Central Florida's 2011 Woman of Hope Award for her book and her work with hospice. Her book, Spirit Matters: How to Remain Fully Alive with a Life-Limiting Illness, offers a seldom considered but all-important perspective on what really matters at the end of life. Judy, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Lauren. I'm so happy to be here with you and your listeners.
Oh, we are so thrilled to have you, and what a perfect second segment. You know, I've just been speaking with Jackie about how to create, consciously create a wonderful life and how to live life to the fullest. And then we have you now to share with us and give us some insights on what it's like when we get to the end of our life.
Absolutely, and it's a very important topic because 100% of us, Lauren, are going to die. And statistics show that 90% of us are going to die of a chronic, lingering illness. 90%.
Oh.
So this message is for 90% of us. What people don't realize is that dying can take a very long time. I mean, death, you breathe out and then you don't breathe in. That's death. But dying can take weeks, months, or even years. And it's how you live that time. That's what matters the most.
So what is the number one question that hospice is asked in your experience?
Well, in my experience, and I've traveled across the country, the United States, and talked to many hospice workers, and they all say the same thing. why didn't anyone tell us about this wonderful program before now? I have needed this help for so long, but I didn't know I could get it. That's the number one question.
Okay, got it. So what do recent studies show about end-of-life care? What does it reveal? What do our listeners need to know about this? Because as you said, it's like not a topic that people talk about. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. But, all the presentations, the radio interviews I do, it's not gloom and doom. This is education, empowerment, and inspirational, actually. The recent studies show the Institute of Medicine concluded a study in September of last year. It was a 22-panel of experts professionals. And they studied for a long time. The study they put together was called Dying in America. And the 500-page report revealed what I've been speaking about for 26 years. We're doing a terrible job on end-of-life care. Now, Lauren, I would imagine they spent several $1 million on this study, but I could have told them without any study because I've been living this for so many years, and I wouldn't have charged them a cent. We're doing a terrible job, and there are many reasons why.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your book, Spirit Matters, and how is your book different from other books on end-of-life care?
Well, I've read almost all of them, and my book focuses on the human spirit, who we are as a person inside of us, and how do you keep that alive and well when you're going through an end-of-life situation. And my book is done in lessons, and the lessons are on, what do you need to know about pain management? My lesson says no one should die living in pain. We know how to manage pain, and nobody knows better end-of-life pain management than hospice. We see what works. I've taken care of hundreds of dying people, and I know what works, and I know what doesn't work. So we fight for our patients to keep them comfortable. I talk about feudal care. We see so much of that in our country and across the world, and it's wasting billions of our health care dollars. And I identify feudal care as medical care causing more harm than good. And as I say, we do so much of that. And it causes so much unnecessary suffering. And it's not just for the patient, it's for their loved ones as well. So it doesn't have to be that way. And my book shows how to make it so it's not that way. I also talk about how do you balance the benefit versus the burden of the treatments that we're getting. Sometimes the treatments cause more harm than good and become a tremendous burden to the patient and to their loved ones. So how do you, the chapter shows how to balance the benefit versus the burden. So, and my book has also a chapter, because I'm all about the human spirit. It has a chapter, what do you say to someone that is in the stage of dying or living with a life-limiting illness? What do you say that will enlighten and raise their human spirit, make them feel better emotionally?
So can you talk to that point specifically, if you don't mind?
No, I don't mind talking about any of it. I guess first and foremost, and I've heard politicians say this, I feel your pain. Well, that's not a good thing to say to someone that's living with a life-limiting illness, because you don't feel their pain. You have no idea what their pain is. Their emotional pain, their spiritual pain, their financial pain. You don't have any idea about another person because we're all different. You should never stop a person while they're while they're bearing their soul to you. Don't stop them because it gives them a chance to talk about their fears and the things that they're thinking about. So if you stop them because you're uncomfortable with the conversation, that's not good for their human spirit. We all need to have value placed on who we are as a person. So you need to acknowledge that person and what their life has meant to you. We need physical comfort. We need honesty and respect because people usually know what's going on in their own body. And sometimes we're not honest, and that doesn't do them any good. They need companionship and compassion, and they need to heal their deep and old emotional wounds. I used to, when I'd go visit my patients and their loved ones, I would write down on a 3x5 card for them things that you need to say to each other before the death occurs. Cicely Saunders, named Cicely Saunders, who was one of the founders of the modern hospice movement,
right.
She says we should not lose the chance of making time to pack our bags and say sorry, goodbye, and thank you. And on the 3x5 card, I write down, say goodbye, say thank you, say I'm sorry, say I forgive you, and I hope you'll forgive me. Say I love you, and then say bye. And that can be so nurturing to that human spirit. They need to be able to achieve their goals. And, of course, if we get them in hospice early enough, they're very often able to achieve some of those goals. But because we keep treating people far beyond, Lauren, I'm telling you, this is very common knowledge in the hospice community. Physicians will keep treating their patients longer than they would allow treatment on themselves. There's a message there. Are they keeping us in the dark? Who are they trying to fool? They know what these unnecessary treatments are and what the pain they cause. And everyone needs to remain hopeful in some areas of their care. They need as much personal control as they can possibly have. Sometimes it's just being able to wash their own face, but just giving them some control. Because, Lauren, when you're dying, you're losing control of everything.
Right.
So, forcing someone to eat or drink Ensure, I'm living with a life-limiting illness. Don't put Ensure in my mouth. Give me a hot fudge sundae, help my spirit.
I lost my mom 14 years ago, and I'll never forget one incident where my mom wanted some chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why this stuck in my mind, maybe because I love chocolate. And my dad said, no, don't give it, don't let her have it. It's not good for her. She shouldn't be eating chocolate. And I literally went are you friggin' kidding me?
Good for you.
And so I can so relate to what you're saying. And it's just, we sometimes just don't think. And I guess from our perspective is that we want to keep that person around as long as we possibly can. But you can't always look at it from that way, I guess.
Well, not only that, but if you've taken away their spirit, we saw so many people coming into hospice that were beaten down, they were worn out, they were in unmanaged pain and other symptoms. Financially, they were drained, they were scared, and their spirit was so depleted, they didn't have anything left to fight with. They were still getting treatment, but that wasn't what their problem was.